super excited. Jump to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is going to be a lot of fun. We'll do a new game, and obviously select the save slot. Overall difficulty, let's see what the difficulties are. So there is smart and resourceful, and then you can make it more difficult. Wow. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We'll just do Rite of Passage. Those are interesting. Oh, good morning, Bobby. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Appreciate having you here. As always, I hope you're doing well. Hope you and the kids are good. It's a nice Saturday. I'm drinking my hubby coffee. And it's going through pretty well. I liked this disclaimer. Just because there's a lot of elements of different cultures that they put into these games, so it's cool for them to be like, yeah, we did it because we had people. Hope I slept well. I did. I hope you slept well. I'm getting ready to go to the beach. Ooh. I'm so sad I missed your wife yesterday. Damn it, no problem. Nah, she'll be around at one point. We were working on getting games from the PlayStation game catalog downloaded for her on the PS4, because I have another console in our bedroom that she uses. And they're all like puzzle games, so she just downloaded all of them today, so she's got some work that she's got to do on her computer, and then she might try one of them. We'll see if she likes them. So I'm trying to get her more game friendly, and then it'll just be as easy as coming over and hanging out.
I'm gonna level it!
If you want, you can always check, because the bot is up, you can always just flip to it and be like, okay, yeah, now I know what she looks like. Boom. Once in a lifetime opportunity, or as of right now, she'll be back. It'll happen. But yeah, I slept well. I hope you slept well. I hope you and your family have a great time. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Get ready to jump! No fucking way! No, no, we have to! Are you out of your fucking mind, Laura?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't clip that with that, dude. Yep. And one of the things that I found funny yesterday, I believe now fully that there's an error that's going on somewhere on my Twitch dashboard. But it showed the other day that I had lost a follower, that I was at 69. I know I was at 70. I tried to keep track of it. And so I thought that I had lost a follower. Like, I was like, oh no, like, what happened? One person followed me, set me back up to 70, and as of this morning, I'm at 71. So I don't think I think something went wrong on the Twitch side that made it report incorrectly.
Shit. You okay? Jonah, I'm here.
So I found that funny.
Just a little stuck. A rock hit my leg.
Don't move, I'll get help.
No, I'm right on Trinity's tail. I don't want to attract attention.
I'm on my way.
I won't be long.
Ooh, got a nice combat knife. Oh. Really hope we're not cutting legs off. That looks painful. How did we fall down here? See, this would be easy to not, like, lose your grip because you have walls that you can kind of press your body between. You know, like if you put your foot up against one and your back up against another and just firmly press, like you can hold yourself in place. It requires a lot of endurance. So I'm sure it would probably be pretty tiring, but you could do it. That is a very feasible thing. Oh, guessing Trinity. Yep, in this game they return. So they are the bad guys again.
Trinity is an ancient and secretive organization ruled by an Illuminati-like High Council that has existed since the time before Christ. They are determined to find and exploit all of the ancient artifacts of the world. I've been hunting them since I found out they killed my father. Jonah and I have tracked down so many Trinity cells since then. But all of the other ruins and tombs we found were destroyed, except the one in Cozumel. I need to find out what they're after, what their endgame is, and...
Yep.
Jonah, I'm out. Be careful, the way into the site is full of traps.
Trinity's not done with it yet.
They're protecting something.
6 weeks, and still no solid leads on who's leading the local Trinity cell. But I talked to some people in town, and they're excited. There's a VIP coming to the Day of the Dead. Name's Dominguez. We should look into it.
I forgot we're gonna get a lot of these on this game. Overhead ones are fun. Oh. Maybe the problem is I'm using the wrong foot. I'm trying to play tug of war with my foot. Dog can't pull this dog toy away from my toes. It's got toes of steel. Yeah, so right now we're in Cozumel, Mexico.
I made it.
I'm on my way in. Almost there.
And like,
Sorry,
this
I
is
didn't
just
wait.
crazy to
Be
think.
careful.
Like, because if anyone remembers historically speaking, the entire span of what is now modern-day Mexico was where the Aztec and the Mayan Empire dominated before the Spanish came by and conquered them. Getting a bunch of shit off her. A shit offerer to get her. But have right. Bobby, do you need a hug?
Laura! Wow. Get a load of this place. Guess all that research paid off. Now we know what Trinity is after.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
they really
Yeah, go
did
get
want
hugs.
us in here.
All the hugs. I'll send
Follow
hugs.
the father's notes.
Here's a verbal hug. But yeah, like I was saying, so the
I saw where the
Mayan
passage collapsed.
and the Aztec Empire were at their highest,
take a look at that wound?
and they weren't
No, I'm fine.
by any stretch of the imagination. They weren't good.
What is
They weren't
all this?
good empires.
Constellations.
They practiced a lot of
This
terrible
inscription is some
practices,
sort
child
of riddle.
sacrifices, cannibalism,
Pink fish.
Pink fish.
Silver
a lot of
curtain.
mutilation of certain areas that you don't want to get mutilated.
There's a date here.
But the culture and their
Something's
art
off.
and a lot of that stuff, a lot of really
Looks
cool
like it was
stuff that came out of it.
damaged,
But
perhaps intentionally.
when the Spanish came by, they
Why would
absolutely just
Trinity
obliterated
sabotage
them.
this? They usually just destroy everything.
No, I think the damage is older. But who would have tampered with it?
But they also spanned down into South America, which is where we're gonna eventually go when we get to Peru.
We gotta get out.
Take the picture.
Move! Move!
dragged me out, I'd still be in there taking pictures.
I'd still be in there. Don't know if you'd be doing much.
Jonah.
Hey, you want to freshen up? Regroup at the cafe? Dr. Dominguez is supposed to be there tonight.
Sounds good. I'll try and decipher the riddle, see if the date has anything to do with it.
Right. Pinkfish, Silver Crown Mountains, I'll look into it. By the way, this cafe is supposed to have really good food. I know the chef.
I'm not very hungry.
After all of that, I'm starving.
And Jonah's back from the previous 2 games, except in this one his appearance changes to fit a little bit more of like an Islander, which I kind of like. In the first 2 games, he's a little afroed out. In this one, he's got like an Islander appearance, which I really like because that's him. Let's go, Maui.
There he is.
Anything new on Dr. Dominguez?
Not much. He's leading a few Trinity digs in the area.
My father mentioned him in his journal more than once. He's an expert on pre-colonial ruins.
Everyone says he's a great guy. Big help to the town. So how's your leg?
Jonah, look. The riddle. Its directions. To find the hidden city, go south along the shore until you find the pink fish.
I found something for that. It's pink dolphins, found only in the Amazon.
It goes on. Then chase the heart of the serpent to the silver-crowned mountain. Look at this. It's the constellation Hydra, the serpent. This star is the heart. It's set in the southwest.
So southwest from the Amazon River. Brazil.
Peru.
Peru?
Okay, this date from the ruins, see? If you look closely, it is damaged. This number looks like a Maya 13, but what if it's really an 8? With precession, it...
What?
Precession. The Earth tilts, so over time, these stars appear in a different place on the horizon. Important if you're navigating by the night sky.
Okay.
In the Maya calendar, that's a 2,000-year difference.
We're gonna learn a lot of things.
Back then, the heart of the serpent set directly to the west.
So that's why it's in Peru, not Brazil. Trinity has been looking in the wrong place.
Exactly. We
And we
need
can
to
beat
look
him to
for
it.
the silver-crowned mountain in Peru. There's more. Something about a key. What is Trinity looking for in the hidden city?
Doctor, we found him.
Yes. Show me.
You heard that too, right?
Let's see where he goes.
All right, time to track this
Wait, hold on.
mofo down.
Trinity's watching this place. Let's try to blend in.
Oh. Oh, look at us. Look at us.
Trinity's people are armed. I heard they brought in reinforcements.
I'll stay out of their way. I want to avoid what happened with the last cell we took down.
They must know we were at the other site. So much for a night off.
Where did Dominguez go?
Can't be far. He must be in the courtyard somewhere.
I think
Yeah.
over by that door.
Let's look around.
Someone must know something.
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Oh, we can find some. Yeah, there's the material
Any
we
sign
can
of
get.
him?
Let's keep looking.
I like how they have the white plastic chairs. See, there isn't a person in the world that
Let's
hasn't
keep
seen a
looking.
chair like this. I just don't believe it. Those white plastic chairs. Find a person that's like, yeah, I've never seen a white plastic chair that looks like that. Those things are classics. They have them out here in Cozumel, Mexico. See if we can find anything else. Oh, there is. It's in this box. So, there's actual stuff that we can find.
Look at this.
I used to have one just like it. Rode it all the time.
Why'd you stop?
Went to Yamatai. There's so much happening here.
I'd love to come back when we're not so busy.
Something catch your eye?
Just looking.
You're English. You
should take the souvenir home.
Sorry, Juan. She already has too many souvenirs.
Yeah, when she mentioned
How do you know
Yamatai, that's the events of the
everybody in
first
town?
game.
Yeah, I talked to them. You should try.
Because Yamatai's the island that they land up on. This little kid.
Look, for my father. Maybe I could light one for my mother. I'm not really used to crowds.
You'd rather storm guards or the deathless?
No, this is fine. You've certainly made an impression with the locals.
I like it here. Good people.
What do they got? Chips? Classico chips? I like chips. Those look like cuts of meat. Yeah, they're
Something made
like
you
making
smile
steaks
there.
or something like that.
Then we passed the florist.
Here, dahlias. They were my mother's favorite. Jonah, he's at the gate.
Good. Be sure I'm not followed.
I think I can find another way over the wall.
I'll take care of these guys. Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Good. You can't come through this way.
I heard there was some kind of a crazy fiesta, like chicks and skull makeup. Y'all know anything about that?
It's not for tourists.
No, you know, Maria invited me. You know her? She's my cousin. My abuela, she was from here, don't look like it, rest her soul. I wanted to make like an offering. What's that thing you do with the blankets? All right, you know what? I can see you guys are busy. I won't waste any more of your time. Y'all keep on trucking. Thanks for your service. Keeping us safe.
Dude, he played him.
Jonah, I'm in.
Good. Those guards weren't at the gate earlier. Dominguez must suspect something.
Oh, yeah, you get
Jonah
photos
is a
to learn about
survivor
all the
and a good
people.
friend. I met him several years
buddy.
ago on my first expedition on board the Endurance. He made me laugh the first time I spoke to him, calling me Little Bird. We've been through so much since then, and after I lost touch with my best friend Sam, Jonah was always there for me. He came with me to Katash and helped me find the Divine Source, the artifact my father was looking for when he was killed. After I destroyed the Divine Source to keep it from Trinity's hands, Jonah helped me hunt them down, cell.
Yep, cell by cell. So they've been tracking down Trinity ever since the
Excuse me.
end events of the second game for a few years. For easily a few years, so there has been a big time gap. Buddy. Okay. Yeah, you gotta go. Come on.
You make contact with the High Consul, Commander.
Yes, sir. Even after the fiasco in Brazil.
I like all the face painting.
One question remains.
That guy's got a mask.
You've gone too far to stop now.
Oh, all of it is face painting. Which way do I go?
We never made it to our honeymoon.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Perhaps I will make the trip.
Hey, maybe I just squeeze through these guys? Oh, yeah.
Pardon.
And then we'll steal these resources right here.
Jonah, Dominguez is not just the leader of this cell. I think he's the leader of Trinity.
We need to be careful. Lara,
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, so you have to remember, they mentioned that Trinity is led by like an Illuminati-like High Council. So if he's a part of this High Council,
My fault.
I don't know why she's saying that he's the leader. That would just mean that he's one of the leaders. But that brings upon a really good point about this game, is if we have one of the leaders of Trinity here, then the events of this game are about to get pretty wild.
Someone set off a trap at the first sight.
And I can confirm, this game's a lot of fun.
What's wrong?
I want confirmation. No warnings.
I'll make sure we get visual confirmation.
Jonah, they might have noticed me. I'll try the back alley.
I'll find another way around.
Los hombres.
Can never be too safe.
Sus hombres.
Very gracious.
Yeah, this is Commander Rourke. Dominguez wants confirmation Croft is here. You have the photo. Female, Caucasian, early 20s. You got that?
Well,
Good. They'll find her.
good. I don't want anyone getting in there.
Alright, should be able to move now. Guy drinking on a throne of trash.
Hey, get out of my office.
Sorry.
Close the door when you leave.
Right.
What a drunk.
Don't worry. Go.
The readings of the site are unlike anything we've ever seen.
It's the key to our next phase.
If this is it, we'll be ready.
Jonah, they've entered the dig site. It's fenced off and there's a guard at the gate. I'll find another way in.
I found a good spot. I'll watch the perimeter.
Do it. Yeet. Oh, we got our bow.
There's got to
Actually,
be
nice
more
bow.
to these ruins.
We got our bow.
A Maya
Here we go.
pyramid. Inside some sort of cave.
We're gonna kill people.
Take him into the ruins. Far enough out of earshot.
Don't make this harder than it needs to.
It's your own fault.
Did you get it over with already?
Ooh.
Wait. I'm a government official. I'm supposed to be here.
Not anymore, Mr. Lead Archaeologist. Your employment has been terminated.
Please, no.
Yep, yeah, we saved you.
I won't hurt you. You work for Trinity. What did they find?
Well, they've been searching for a temple entrance for many years. Today they found it. I have to go warn my sister. She's on her way here now.
Warn her about what?
Jonah, Trinity just tried to kill a local archaeologist.
Oh God.
I have to find what they're looking for.
Anyway, what?
This is Commander Rourke. All teams, get ready for Operation Blackout.
Operation Blackout, huh?
I better check those ruins.
We want to collect as much materials as we can here. Because we won't use almost any of them, but it's going to give us a little bit of a boost when we hit Peru. So it's really important to kind of be capped out on everything.
I better take a look at those ruins.
Yeah, we'll do it. We're on our way. Trying to find everything. Some cloth. You know, it's only important. So yeah, we got everything.
I know this figure. Ishal, the goddess of the full moon. Oh, and this is Shakshal, the new moon. There's an inscription. Shakshal, the key lies
There's a
beyond
box.
her gaze. Key. This is it.
Oh, hey, nobody.
The entrance.
Hey, I'm
must
so
be down
happy
there.
that we have you here this morning. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a good Saturday.
Got to make my way down.
Yeah, but I've been can't stay, no problem. Hey, I appreciate you just hopping in. It means a lot to me. So thank you so much for being here for just a brief moment. So, hello. You have a great rest of your day. Oh, yep, and we can rappel now.
Okay, this should work.
This part's cool. A lot of cool new features that we'll have in this game in comparison to the previous title.
All right.
Woo!
This is Commander Rourke. I want the site secured ASAP. When Dr. Dominguez arrives, we all go in together.
Turn around. What we got here? Alright, run. Yeet. Yeet.
All units, get ready. Dr. Dominguez is on his way down.
Damn, I better hurry.
Oh, do we gotta... I think we can do like a wall run. Yeah. Yeah, this is where we can wall run.
I've got this.
Just seeing a lot of cool fun stuff that we'll have in this game. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
The statue is looking at that cave.
Look at that. And yeet.
This is it. Jonah, I'm entering a cave. We may lose contact.
Copy that. I'll keep an eye on Trinity out here.
Mushrooms. Bolay. Brownish cap mushrooms with thick stems. Used for endurance mixtures. Okay, that's why it's got a little shield next to it. So they're good for your health. These aren't poison mushrooms. Oh. What the?
This cave looks like it's usually underwater.
Yuck. Murals. Yep, so there's the language bar. So this is my Mayan language.
The carvings on this Maya monolith are far too deteriorated to read.
Are they? And we can roll full from the beginning.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, I did not have a good day. Dude, rats are creepy. Rats are 100% creep.
What is this place?
Oh, there's a thing over there. It's shiny. This is shiny. Can't take it out. With a knife, dude? Skill point. Man, we climb up. Oh, I can. Oh. Okay. Anything up here? Oh my god. Ed? Ed, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Good morning. Oh man, thanks a ton. Yeah, enjoy your founder's badge because I guess there's still some open. That's awesome. I'm so happy that you were able to get one. That's super hype. So good morning, man. I hope you're doing well. We beat Rise of the Tomb Raider. We're actually starting Shadow of the Tomb Raider right now. Oh, we got the Dark Dabs. Exactly. Yeah, so we're starting Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and it's a lot of fun. Right now, we are in Cozumel, Mexico. We are trying to find an item that they're searching for here before we head over to Peru. So there's a lot of Mayan, Aztec, a lot of like ancient South American cultures in here. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We found everything in here. Do they want us to go? Oh, they might want us to go down. Yeah, because I don't have the reinforced knife, so I can't cut through that. Okay, so in this game, it's different where I can actually come back. Do I have the rebreather? No, I don't. Yo, what's that? I want that. It seems like she's holding her breath pretty well. Oh, gross. Eels. These caves look really good. I want to go for a swim. Dude, they kind of do. Like, low key. Nope, I didn't mean to. Oh, man. Yikes. Go away. Do we got another eel? I'm gonna go try and finish Lego Star Wars. Dude, that's awesome. I'm so hyped. I hope you enjoy it. Have you been keeping up with Kenobi by chance? Have you watched the last 3 episodes to refresh? So you rewatched like Kenobi, or you rewatched the last 3 episodes of Star Wars, like the movies? Just so I get an idea of what you're talking about. I haven't started Kenobi. Okay, no problem. Then I know. So you rewatched the last 3 episodes of Star Wars. Are you talking about episodes 4, 5, and 6, or episodes 7, 8, and 9? Which of the last 3? Seven, 8, and 9. Okay, those ones aren't my favorite, but
I have to find the temple.
In my opinion, 7 and 8 were really good. I really like 7 and 8. Out of those 3, 9, I just felt like, I don't know, just wasn't a fan of it. I felt like the story writing was just out of left field, so it caught me a little. Did I miss stuff? I missed stuff. Huh? Am I able to go back? No, because you need, I think that's what you need, yeah, you need the rope. Okay, so it doesn't matter. There are things I'm gonna miss. Okay, that's cool. And that's kind of the point. Yeah, Kylo's emotions were tough to keep up with. Yeah, like, you know, as a villain, like, he wasn't, like, are you good, are you bad? Yeah, he was very, very conflicting, very torn, as a villain. Like, he had this huge admiration for
Jonah,
Darth Vader that, like, was just kind of weird, because everyone would have known the type of monster that Darth Vader was.
That's not
he wasn't good.
Laura, Trinity's
And
blasting
if you're related to
I
the
can tell it's causing
Skywalkers, and
tremors.
you're related to,
There's a pyramid. I'm gonna get to the
you know,
top.
you're related to Han Solo. Like, I don't understand. Like, they would have been like, dude, this guy was a complete monster. He blew up, you know, Alderaan. He blew up your mother's home
Laura,
on a whim.
how's it going?
Good. There are platforms that can help me reach
Millions.
the top. Looking for something to weigh them down.
And my biggest gripe is just bringing back Emperor Palpatine. Like, there is no reason why they should have brought him back. Like, there wasn't any feasible understanding for why this guy is still in the game. Like, get him out. He died. Like, that, in my opinion, is where I believe that they ran out of ideas. And so, I was just so confused. And a lot of that confusion came from the fact that, oh, I missed a document? I should really just start marking these things. Oh, I didn't miss it. A lot of that confusion came from the fact that if, like, movies 7 and 8, the reason why I say they're good is because they follow each other. Like, the events from 7, like, were introducing us to the new, like, world of Star Wars. You know, we meet Rey. I don't remember a lot of the other characters off the top of my head because, like, none of them were really that memorable in my opinion. Other than Rey being, like, the main character, Kylo Ren. They brought in Han Solo and, you know, Carrie Fisher with Leia back, which I believe was, like, fan service. Chewbacca, they brought him back. You know, I just believe it was fan service because it was like, what are they doing in the movie? But Lando, they brought Lando back. Yep, fan service. Now, you know, we learned that there's not the Empire, so the Empire's gone, but they're really not, because it's now called the First Order, and they look like the Empire, but they are the embodiment of the Sith, and so it's really that the Sith are back, but it's like, why? Like, why are the Sith back? Because I get that there's always going to be a temptation for someone to go to the dark side, but, like, if we're talking about, like, Sith traditions, wiping C-3PO's memory, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that it's just like, what are we doing?
Bell platform is
and then maybe 7 and 8, there's no indication that Palpatine's coming back.
Need to find
There's
a way
no
to destroy that
indication that
debris.
Snoke isn't the primary villain, or that he's not going to be the end villain. There's nothing here that gives us that indication. And so the problem that I have is that, you know, when you drop an important villain like Emperor Palpatine, I feel like Disney just threw him in there. But, like, this is the guy that orchestrated from episode 1. He orchestrated the death of Qui-Gon Jinn. He's orchestrated, you know, the corruption of Count Dooku. He orchestrated the rise of the Sith during the Clone Wars. Oh, I gotta turn this bad boy around? How do I turn this bad boy around? Oh, I guess I gotta do it this way. He orchestrated the return of the Sith, so, you know, in episode 3, he orchestrates the corruption of Darth Vader. He pre-orchestrates and carries out the destruction of the Jedi with Order 66. Like, he's the one that implants Order 66 into their... I don't understand. Huh?
The car would tip over if I reeled it in.
Okay, so how do I get it to not do that? I'm confused. Is there a way to, like, leave it? Did I mess up? Yeah, maybe I messed up. Maybe I can pull it back. And so that's just not a build. Oh no. What did I do here?
Need to find a way to destroy that debris.
Yeah, I'm aware. Working on it. That's just a villain. You just don't throw him in lightly. Like, that's something that we would love some foreshadow. And I remember because I watched The Rise of Skywalker on opening day. And I got free movie tickets to it, so I'm not upset by that. And I remember sitting there with my brother and watching the intro credits come through and then saying Emperor Palpatine's back in the intro credits. And I look at him and I go, this movie's gonna suck. I was like, I just want you to know right now, this movie's gonna be terrible. And he's like, why? I was like, dude, have you seen the previous 2 movies? He's like, no. I was like, there is no indication that Palpatine's coming back. I was like, so why is he back? Like, that right there tells me there's some bad story writing going on. And I love stories. I love narratives, and I love for things to make sense and for things to be reasonable and logical so that I can be hyped for it. I don't like things just getting blindly thrown in there, either for fan service or to fit some other reason. Like if what you're putting in the story doesn't make sense for the story, but you're doing it because you feel like you have to, or because you don't have a better option, like it just comes to show. It just comes to show that like you haven't put in the necessary work to really develop a good story, and that's not our fault. Like as consumers of your narrative, right? If we're watching your Star Wars movies as the consumer, as the audience, it's not our fault if you can't do, you know, like you can't. And I'm not saying Disney ever blamed people for it, but I'm saying is like the only person you can get upset with is yourself. And I don't know. Like I think the Star Wars shows have done more to be canonically faithful than those 3 movies were. And the shows are all Disney. So it just goes to show that whoever wrote those movies just they need to not touch another Star Wars movie. In my opinion, they're done. In my opinion, they're done. Because whoever's doing Kenobi, let me tell you something. Let's see here. Man, Jonah, you're so smart to catch stuff like that. I remember reading it Jonah, too and thinking I missed something in the previous 2. Like I thought I had to rewatch. Nope,
it shows a box. Inscription says.
And then I think they had Carrie Fisher for like a few scenes, and then we know that she dies.
This is a Maya myth.
Because we know that Carrie Fisher passes away, so we know that Leia Organa is gonna die. Like we know that, and it's like, you know, how are they gonna handle that? Because she's in the beginning.
Looks like a series of cataclysms.
They're learning from their mistakes. But I don't know if it's the same writer, so like it could just be that someone else is doing it better. But I know they're funded by Disney, so like at the end of the day, you know, like it really just boils down to when you're handling modernized emulations of these worlds that were made in the 70s, that were made in the early, you know, like sometimes even in the 20s. Let's think as far back as like Lord of the Rings, right? So Lord of the Rings was written forever ago. Like I have my copy of the book because I'm actually currently reading the Lord of the Rings. So I'm in the Fellowship of the Ring right now, and I'm currently reading through it. But let's see when this was written. This was written.
Jonah, I found a dagger.
Somewhere in the 1900s.
There's an inscription.
Before 1973, because that's when Tolkien passes away. Let's see if I can get this figured out. Copyright was 1954.
We can't let Trinity get hold of this.
Yep. So it was written in 19.
Shit, Laura, Trinity guards are
yeah.
coming your way.
Looks like the 1950s. So you have a world that's written in the 1950s, right? And Tolkien put his heart, his life, his blood, his energy into creating this whole expansive Middle Earth for us to journey through with him. And the movies did so well recreating a lot of the greatest moments from these books. In my opinion, I think they did phenomenal. Whoever did those 3 movies, right? Like we're talking, like the writer did a phenomenal job of just staying true to what we know exists. Now, the issue with Star Wars is that a lot of the written material that helps us understand what has happened, like Old Republic, what is happening, like in the current scope of the franchise movies, and what will happen or what is available. You know, it's not like George Lucas wrote all of it. Like people just got together and we made stuff canon. Like it is what it is. Like I don't know if George Lucas was the one that sat down and decided about, you know, created Revan, or Darth Malgus, or Darth Bane, or Darth Plate. Well, he made Darth Plagueis.
Let's make sure everything's copacetic here.
Get him. Oh, right in the gut. But there's going to be a show coming out on Amazon for Lord of the Rings, and it's supposed to be a prequel show. Ooh, look at that gun. Oh, we're about to get cracked. And they're not going to be staying close to the source material.
Operation Blackout.
Because, one, Tolkien's family won't give Amazon any of the material, so they really don't have much to work with, and I get that. So there really isn't much that they can use.
Make sure the perimeter's secure.
So they hire lore experts, people whose like academic career, people whose academic career was based around studying this literature. And so I'm worried that because they're not using the source material, and because they don't have access to a lot of the source material, because like it won't take them. It does not take Amazon. I got this from Barnes and Nobles. It shouldn't take Amazon that difficult to grab one of these and go, okay, we need someone to read this, and we need to know. We need to know what's going on. Like I don't know what's going on, and I got to direct the show. I need someone to read this, or you read it. So they went through 2 lore experts. It was actually a huge deal. So they went through one. They fired him because he's constantly telling them like, hey, listen, I know you want to do that, but that's not how the world works. Like, that's not what J.R.R. Tolkien created. Like, that's not how his world is. And so they fired him. They're like, well, we want to add these things. And so I'm worried that because that happened and they replaced him with another lore expert that I disagree with. I just don't agree that the decision was a good decision, but ultimately I hope the show turns out well. No one wants these.
Hang on. Taking a look.
Oh, he's going the wrong way.
Something.
Oh, hey, yo. Don't do that. I'll shoot you in the junk, dude. I was trying to stealth this. I messed up. I should have used the distraction items. My bad. And then I could have used the bow. And so I'm worried that what's going to happen is that you're going to make a sacrifice of narrative continuity. BRB stepping outside real quick. You got great talking. Hey, I appreciate it. No problem. I'm worried that because they're not going to be canonically faithful to the source material, that it's going to include, or it's going to bring down how well the show will be, and that for me, I'm not a huge fan of that. No.
Well, they found out tonight. Their own business.
Get them. And that's a huge deal to me because I love stories, and I love things to make sense, and I love for them to be true. Like for me, if you want to make a show that's like Lord of the Rings but doesn't have anything to do with what the Lord of the Rings is about, then just make something different, like make something new. Because otherwise I'm going to watch it and I'm going to be like, man, this is Lord of the Rings, and I'm going to go, none of this is Lord of the Rings. Or I hope they knock it out of the park. I really do. I really hope they knock it out of the park, because it's all about one of the big areas of Lord of the Rings lore, which was the creation of the rings. That's the whole purpose of the show. It's called the Rings of Power. It's about them creating all the rings. So you'll have the 9 rings that go to the humans that turn them into the Nazgul. You're going to have the multiple rings. I think there's 3 that go to the elves, and I think 5 or 7 that go to the dwarves. Oh, and here we go. Ah, rip. That's fair. Yeah, exactly. And like I'm worried about that, because like that would suck. Lord of the Rings is really important. It's a really important thing for me. I really appreciate it. I love it. I brought my phone out with me. Awesome. And like a lot of people. So, for example, like, one of the things that I hate is I hate people that look into Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or movies that were made in these older time periods and just bag them for not being modern. Like, bag them for For example, one of the issues that I know people tend to have is that with Lord of the Rings, the whole Fellowship of the Ring, like all members of the Fellowship are all male. Legolas, male elf, Gimli's male dwarf, Aragorn, Boromir, you have the 2 humans, Gandalf, who's not really a human, he's an angel. So I guess you can say that by nature of that, like, we don't know if J.R.R. Tolkien's angels are, like, if gender is a thing for them, and I'm not saying it's important. In my opinion, it's not important for an angelic being to have that defined in the context of the story. Like, it doesn't make sense to Lord of the Rings, but, like, if it's important to the story, it's important to the story. If it's not, it's not. And then you have, obviously, all 4 of the Hobbits, and all of them are, males. And people have issue with that, and I get that, because, one of the reasons why I'm playing Tomb Raider right now, for example, is because main character is Lara Croft. We have a heroine, and I want people to realize that there are women out there that are just as strong and just as powerful in the grand scheme of things as guys. Like, it's just the nature of life. You have heroines, you have historical heroines, Joan of Arc. You have... In Lord of the Rings, you have Lady Arwen, who is the elven lover of Aragorn, who single-handedly saves. You have to remember, single-handedly. How did he try to fight the owl?
She's fucking... Sorry.
I mean, that's fine. Right, that's not fighting an owl. Did the owl come down and fight him?
It wanted to, I could tell.
Oh, so it didn't... You had me so hyped that our dog was fighting an owl.
He would be eaten by it. He would be carried
That's
away
not true. He can't get carried away by an owl. He's not that small.
Yeah, he's pretty small.
He's not that small. Not an owl. Dude, owls take away chihuahuas. He's twice the size.
There's 2 of them, though. They could work together.
They're not gonna team up.
They could.
Okay.
They're hanging out in the same tree. They could easily team up. Murder mine with a pup.
Trust me, he'll fight back.
I don't know.
He's a scrapper. He's a scrapper. Yeah. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we have a few owls that sit outside of our backyard now, and our dog isn't the biggest, so my wife is more concerned that he is in danger, and that's fair, because owls will pick up smaller dogs. So, but what I was saying before I was interrupted with aviary crime upon dogs, single-handedly, yeah. So Lady Arwen, one of the most like strong characters in Lord of the Rings, female elf, lover of Aragorn. She becomes the queen at the end of the movies because Aragorn becomes king. She single-handedly in the Fellowship of the Ring, she saves Frodo from the 9 Nazgul and saves him from death. Because he gets stabbed by a Nazgul blade, by a Morgul blade, which poisons him, and that poison's corrupting, so over time it's going to turn him into a Nazgul. And she saves him from that single-handedly. Single-handedly. By herself. Summons water spirits at the river in order to crush all the Dark Riders. Single-handedly.
There she is.
Like, that's powerful. Yeah, she's not seen again, but that's because her place in the story is elsewhere. She's doing other things, and a lot of it have to deal with political stuff involving the elves of Rivendell that are preparing for the Dark Lord to come back, and, she's shepherding her people to safety. The next one would be Éowyn of Rohan, the Rohirrim. And she's told countless times again, you can't do this. You're a woman. You can't join. You can't be a part of the Rohirrim. You can't be a horse lord. You need to be where the women are.
I've been interested.
And for the entire second movie, that's what she does. She does what she's told she has to do. She does it well, but she doesn't like it. She disagrees with it. And Mary finally tells her, screw it. Let's do what you want to do. What do you want to do? You want to go fight in a war? Let's go fight in a war. And so, in episode 3, on the Battle of Pelennor Field, she is in the charge with Mary. They're both on a horse. Both of them were told they can't do this. Both of them are told you can't be a horse lord, you can't fight, you can't do this. And they get on that horse and they charge. And not only do they live, not only do they survive that battle, they prove that they can do it.
It's in a safe place.
But she goes toe-to-toe with the Witch King of Angmar. One of the darkest, most villain That's a weird... The darkest, strongest, most villainous Nazgul there is. The leader. And she goes toe-to-toe, and he looks at her dead in the eyes, and he goes, there is no man on Earth that can kill me. And you can say it's cliche or what, but she rips that helmet, she says, I am no man, right? Because she's a woman, she's proving, like, I can do this. And she stabs him straight in the face, and he's done. So I don't like people that go back into things like that and be like, we need more of it.
The sun.
Because I don't know.
You're lying.
You know?
Lara.
Like, for example...
You felt it when you took the key.
Tremors are common.
I haven't heard anything on the newest Ghostbusters movie.
Is coming, and this is the first of many catastrophes.
The one that came out
You would
where...
have done the same.
I didn't hear any reviews on it. But it was the one where they replaced all the Ghostbusters with...
taking the key. You said...
Or they remade the Ghostbusters with female characters. And I hadn't heard a single movie. I hadn't heard a single thing on that. No one talked about it.
The cleansing has begun.
It was advertised. It was released.
Falls to
Watched.
me now. Stop it before it consumes
I don't
us
know.
all.
I could look up what it got on Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't want to know. There's the new Paul Rudd one. That might be cool. Because Paul Rudd is... Oh, boy. Yeah, so we started the apocalypse. Man, what was I going to say? Oh, we're dying.